So this is great because your party has been splintered into 3 different groups, and now you get to choose which one you want to do first. I tend to go with these 3 because theirs is very quick and not very difficult.
And you got that auto crossbow, you have Terra, and then you have Bannon that can just heal them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good time.
Yeah, they're basically the A team.
It's the easy route.
Yeah.
Like, you take this easy path first, get used to it.
Mm-hmm. I think I left this in just because they're pterodactyls.
That's cool. That's a really believable enemy for this place because it's.
Yeah.
I imagine those cliffs, you know, when you're in the overworld walking around, they don't look that tall, but they are fucking waterfalls and shit. And then you go here and you see just how tall they are, and I imagine
you can imagine there are a lot of nooks and crannies for these kind of creatures to make their nests
and swoop
build
down.
areas.
Yeah, swoop down and eat some fish and shit.
You can believe that ecosystem. It's like this. They swoop down, they grab fish, they swoop back up.
Yeah, it's not just a zombie.
Like,
oh, you're fighting zombies. Why are they here? I don't know. They're zombies.
Come to think of it, they are a lot better about that in this one. Of many of the enemies feeling like they belong where you're finding them. There are obvious exceptions. In the very first area that you're going, they're just weird. When you're going through the Narshe Caves, they're just weird dudes named Repo Men who throw wrenches at you. You know, just like, okay, I guess I'll roll with it.
You haven't paid your credit card bill. Now I'm gonna take that TV back.
I throw in a wrench at your face. Remember, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Oh, that movie is so funny. Oh, I'm not doing it justice, but that's okay.
I drink my pee, okay? Because it tastes good. That's the line.
That's the line. I do like Dodgeball, but unfortunately it's one of those movies that people very selectively quote.
Yeah.
And they do it without any of the inflection or setup, which actually sells a joke.
Like they just say the stuff.
Yeah. Like, you know that's not a joke, right? You can't just say that apropos of nothing. You at least need to wait for a situation where it would make sense to say it. No, you're not gonna do that? You're just gonna say it? Okay. Fuck.
I love that door is on an angle, too. Just because up until this point, it's always been head-on.
Yeah. I like that the snow is a very cold blue. Like the sun is either about to rise or has set on a very overcast day.
It looks like a very stagnant snow.
Yeah.
Like that snow's been there for a while. There hasn't been fresh snowfall in a while.
Yeah. This part's a little weird.
I don't understand why this is a thing.
I don't either.
I don't get why.
It slows you down for a little bit, but it has nothing to do with anything. And there's no real need to slow you down here.
Because none of those enemies in the beginning of the game triggered that security system. Like, why is that a security system? I just don't get it.
The only thing I can think of is that they felt Terra section here is too short compared to the others, and so they wanted to do something to slow it down just a touch. Because literally that was it. That's all we had to do was go through that little bit and then get in here, and Terra's section is over.
If the beginning, like when you have to defend Terra, if they're like, okay, you can defend her, but this is a security point, you can't, if you step in there with Locke or the Moogles, then, you know, it'll trigger something. And it's like, remember that from earlier? It's just weird that it's there now.
Yeah, exactly. If it had been set up before, or if it was explained in some way, then it would feel endemic. As it is, it just feels video gamey.
Like, oh yeah, they installed this security system since the last time we were here because of those attacks.
Bannon looks like he's about to punch her with that pose.
Right in the gut.
Yeah.
We gotta sell this. Why? For who? I don't
What
know.
are we selling?
We gotta sell it. Terra, just let me... Just brace yourself on the count of 3. 1, and punches her in the gut. Oh, you didn't give me a chance to brace myself. Well, I wanted to...
Well, I knew you wouldn't sell it.
Yeah, I gotta surprise you.
I'm one of the finest actors. You thought I couldn't sell a simple gut punch?
Yeah, probably. Or blink you out of existence.
It doesn't seem to be too hot on the grave digging part.
Are you supposed to choose, or is it going to say something?
Eventually it'll let me choose. Come on. There we go.
Stymie.
Yeah. So
it's a word you don't see very often.
Yeah. So the implication is that some time has actually passed and Locke has been just fucking around in the city. I love that Imperial troop just gave up.
Ah, fuck it.
He must be magic. Screw it.
Yeah, he's gone.
Nuts, gotta get to Narshe on the fly.
Gotta find the ladies.
This part is a little obnoxious. You need to go around town and you need to steal clothes from merchants and then use that to get cider and all this bullshit to get around. This is the part I was talking about where you can skip Celeste. I don't know what the glitch is, but they do demonstrate it on the speedrun for this game on Awesome Games Done Quick from, I think, last year. Where you can also get Locke to be wearing merchant clothes for the rest of the game.
Huh.
But somehow you can get out of town without actually meeting Celeste. And if you do that, they need to fill that slot in your party at some point. And so you just get the generic Moogle who was in Celeste's spot. Unfortunately, that Moogle has shit for stats. Whereas Celeste is one of the best characters in the game.
So is this one of the first times, at least to me, it looks like the first time a Final Fantasy has done a sort of like, go get this item to bring to me to do this, like a trading sort of quest?
Final Fantasy 1 did that, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because remember we had to, like, in order to wake up the prince, we had to go get the crystal eye and then get the Jolt Cola and then give that to the prince.
That's true. This one's really cool, though, because it really plays into Locke's character. It's like Locke has the steal ability. You gotta steal that. The B-Day suit.
Yeah.
Steal the merchant clothes right off of him. Mm-hmm. How do you do that, Locke? What did you just...
That's impressive and a little bit frightening, actually.
You just undress this man. Without his consent. I might add.
Finger wag.
Yeah, I remember the last time I was doing this, it took me a few tries.
I've done this before, and it still took me a little bit to remember what to do exactly. Like, I knew I had to get cider at some point, and I knew that there was a secret passage, and I had to steal clothes, but I couldn't fucking remember the order of events or where anything was located. Because this town is almost labyrinthian.
And then you can get caught, can't you?
I think so, yeah. But I think if you get caught, you just get returned to where he started at.
But then sometimes that means you have to go get the merchant clothes first, and then you have to... Scram, you blockhead. Naked. Yep.
Soulless clothing, too.
It's such a funny thing to do to someone, like, in a game like this. Like, yeah, he's gonna fight me, and then you're like, oh shit, and then it's like he's prepping to parry or attack, but instead you just rip his fucking clothes off.
I love in Skyrim the highest level pickpocketing perk you can get allows you to steal equipped items from characters, so you can just steal their clothes.
They're all sleeping and you're undressing them like a creep.
Even when they're just walking around town, you can steal the shirt off their back and they somehow don't notice.
Oh, it's chilly.
It's like I love that the game doesn't take itself so seriously that you can't do stupid stuff like that. Fortunately, I believe I cut out most of my fumblings. Yeah, because there was a lot of fumbling around.
Yeah. I might have even had to look up a guide. I was getting upset. I was like, I want to get through this.
I think I did have... I know I had the guide open, or you may have had that strategy guide open as well. But I know I had to peek at it for at least one portion, because I just forgot where someone was, and I felt like I had explored the whole town.
Is there an optional item you can get out of this whole thing? Like an optional room of goodies?
Not that I'm aware of, no. There are... there is a hidden room once you're leaving town, But you don't need to do anything specific to access it. You just need to explore a little bit and then find this hidden room.
I like how you just fucking destroyed an old man for a cider.
Yeah.
Our hero, Locke, just... Sorry, old dude, casualty of war. What?
I need this cider so that I can give it to an old man so he'll tell me the password so I can go into the secret passage. And I should have stolen that merchant's clothes, so I have to go on a quest to find another merchant.
Another living merchant. I killed them all, or they're all naked already.
Yeah. This is what I was talking about in our podcast, by the way, where my new method of editing these episodes has improved their quality and made the editing process much faster than what I was doing before. I win on every possible front. I get to be lazy, and I have a better product for it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The blushing.
I'm not certain how you can even stand like that. I don't think legs quite work that way.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I like how ashamed this man is, even in boxers.
And his nudity.
Yeah, just
is both near nudity.
It's so funny.
Oh, I'm very ashamed.
And there is a difference between... Wait, well, no, that would be... Because there's a difference between nude and naked, right?
Yeah, nude is a proud bit. Naked is shameful. So Adam and Eve, when they're leaving Eden, are naked because they're ashamed of their lack of clothing. Whereas David is nude.
Yeah.
Because he's standing proud and tall.
He's just hanging junk.
Yeah, hanging his tiny junk. Which some people believe is supposed to indicate that he's afraid. Because obviously you get scared and your stuff shrinks a bit.
It's like, man, it's just chilly.
It was cold and I was a little afraid. Come on, guys. You didn't need to encapsulate that in marble. For fuck's sake.
At least it's hard as rock.
Like a Toyota truck.
Toyota trucks, hard as a dick, marble dick.
I'll buy one. Is it real loud? Okay, I'll buy one.
How much gas does it eat?
I want it to eat a lot of gas.
Because it's my right as an American to have it eat a whole lot of gas. I found this YouTuber who does car reviews or something, and he's... I wish I could remember the name, but he's kind of doing a service to... Because he's reviewing a Prius, but he's talking about, like, everyone hates on Prius and Prius drivers and stuff like that. And then he cuts to a clip of this Prius driver in a parking lot bitching out this dude in, like, a big diesel rig. And he's like, hey, you know, if that's your right as an American, if you want to drive your big gas guzzling thing. And so it's like, you know, he is like praising the Prius, but at the same time he's talking a lot of shit on, and he just has this certain mentality that I'm like, you're the worst.
Oh, I see.
Like, yeah, I guess it is your right to drive that big stupid truck, but
maybe
it's also your fucking responsibility.
Maybe you shouldn't be a selfish prick.
Yeah, like maybe it's your responsibility to wow, yeah,
they're just giving her the boots. It's weird.
Like, it's like you're like. That's the thing, right? Is like no one wants to take responsibility for the like the actions. Like, yeah, I can drive this big truck and pay for all the gas in the world. It's like, yeah, but what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you can, but well, fucking just Jeff Goldblum said it 20 years ago. You were too preoccupied with whether or not you could, and never stopped to think if you should.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, Jeff Goldblum put it in better. Jeff Goldblum is scolding you.
Yeah. And Celeste is gonna fuck you up once she can. Celeste is like, how many times have you punched me and I'm still conscious?
Yeah.
You are a bitch. And then he's like, what?
Say that again, And she's a little quiet and like, that's what I thought before he can finish the sentence. She's bitch. I hate to be in your shoes tomorrow. I got a long walk and it looks like your feet are smaller than mine.
And I don't much like pumps.
I'm a heel man myself. Don't tell my wife. Married her because her feet are my size. Don't tell her though.
Have many games displayed like that level of violence on a I mean, besides obviously you fight female enemies. And stuff.
But no, none of them have. I don't believe any of them to date, of the Final Fantasies we've played at least, have demonstrated just abject violence towards a woman. Not that it's violence towards her for being a woman.
Yeah.
But she is a woman who is being subjected to quite a bit of violence and is currently chained to a wall. And for some reason you have two options there. It's like, unchain her, wait a few minutes.
I think I'm gonna wait. Isn't Celeste like a real hard ass too?
Not really, no. She's a lot like Terra.
Okay.
In a way. Thanks, but no thanks. She's talking about how she can barely walk, which makes sense because she's got the crap kicked out of her. But she has cure magic. She can just take a moment. Get better. Get all kinds of better.
Maybe not have this conversation in front of the sleeping guard.
Yeah. Trust me, you'll be fine.
I can make these dudes naked in like a minute.
And then he winks. Locke, you shouldn't wink at someone after saying they'll be fine with you.
He's like air quoting fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Stealing is wrong.
And some bread too?
Yeah.
It's like steal his key, stealing is wrong, cut his throat. Oh.
You have no problem with murder? Well, no, but I can't let them live. They shocked Santa's balls.
Isn't there a puzzle with the clocks?
Oh yeah. That's in a town later on. And this is a very mild one. You just need that key, and then I think you're able to turn the clock and it opens the door. But yeah, there's a puzzle with clocks later on, which lets you get Edgar's chainsaw. That may have been the first of the transitions that I have talked about. No, wait, I did that earlier on.
You remind me of someone with green hair that wears like red that I got a huge boner for. And then he looked down at his boner. He's like, see?
There's proof enough. If you can't trust that, what can you trust?
There's proof in the pudding, and the devil's in the details.
And my dick's in my pants. If you can't trust a dick in the pants, what can you trust?
A dick in the pants is worth 2 in the bush, and never eat cheese before noon. Actually sounds terrible now that I think about it. A dick in the pants is worth 2 in the bush. I kind of didn't mean that.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I wasn't certain how to broach it.
Locke, why would you say something like that?
Oh, Locke. Fists on hips, finger wag. You rapscallion.
Turtle. Drink that turtle water.
Yeah, there you go. Drink it up. Drink deep of the turtle water.
Hey Turtle, how often do you change this water?
What water?
Oh.
I hope someday we can find that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just have to put it in Clown Warriors at some point just to make sure it exists.
Wow, this tunnel armor is fucking radical.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we reference the Painkiller album art a lot, but this is it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, this is what the Painkiller would ride down to Earth and just start tearing ass among the demons.
It's like, Painkiller, your motorcycle with its razor blade wheels is really cool, but we have to go underground.
I got you covered. Fucking tunnel armor. So this boss fight exists to explain Celeste's special ability.
What does she do?
Hers is runic. So she has particular swords equipped, which is most just standard swords. She can use runic, where she'll put her sword into the air like that, and it will absorb the next spell to be cast. So in this
Oh.
case, if she has Runic active and then that tunnel armor casts fire or poison, she will absorb the spell and get MP for it.
That's cool.
It's pretty useful right now because she's the only member of the party who can cast magic, which means the only spell to be cast is coming from tunnel armor. Unfortunately, it becomes less useful later in the game, specifically because everybody has access to magic, and it will absorb the next spell cast regardless of who cast it.
Okay.
So if a party member casts a spell, she'll still throw her sword up in the air and absorb it, and then if the enemy casts a spell, she won't be ready to catch it. So if you're fighting an enemy who is very spell heavy, you can queue it up and just wait for them to cast the next spell and then do everything, but that slows you down substantially.
Is there any strategy to her casting Runic and then having a party member cast something on her?
Potentially. I suppose there would be in very niche situations, because there are more effective ways to regain mana than that, but I believe that if someone has an attack queued up and then they are confused, that they will then cast on the party. In fact, I know that will happen because it wiped me out one time when Sabin used an AoE spell, but was then he had an AoE blitz queued up, but then got confused and then cast on my party and I died. So if someone has like a big spell queued up, then they get confused.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you can get Celeste to use Runic real quick, then she might be able to absorb it and save you. But again, that's a very niche situation. And again, that's the end of their scenario. It's very quick.